Hello, my name's Phil Wild. I'm from Community Action Decorum, and this is a short presentation on Padlet. To use Padlet, you need only a couple of things. You need a device that is connected to the internet, such as a PC, laptop, smartphone, tablet, all those sort of things. There is a Windows application, but in order to do the latter things we're going to talk about, and all the sharing things and things like that, then you need an internet connection. So our objectives are to show you how to set up a Padlet account, create a board, share it with others, and we'll talk about some of the activities that you can try out with yourself and your colleagues. So in order to set up Padlet, you need to go to their website, which is straightforward, padlet.com, and if you go there, click on the sign up, then you'll be able to sign up for an account. And all you need to sign up an account is an email address and a password. If you have a Google account, it will allow you to sign up using Google if you want to do that sort of thing. This is the main page that you get to. As you can see, it says sign up for free. You can see there the install Windows app, as I mentioned before. You can specify whether you're going to use it for personal, business, schools, and that sort of thing. I didn't do that when I set up mine, but that's entirely up to you. So once you click on sign up, you then put in an email address, password, tick the box that says I'm beautiful, and then click on sign up and it will sign you up. You can use any of these three as well if you wish to. And once you sign in, then you'll have your dashboard. Now, as you can see from this dashboard, I have 4 Padlets already created, which I've been using for some time, as you can see there. If you want to start a new one, then you click up here where it says make a Padlet, and this is what you get when you do that. There are 7 options here. They store the information exactly the same way, it's just the way it's presented. So the wall one is a straightforward wall of notes, tiles. You have the canvas one where you can scatter them about and show arrows between them. You can do a timeline, all these different ways of doing it. Which way is entirely up to you, and if you choose one but you decide you want to do another one, you can change it halfway through. It's not set. If you say, oh, I'll start with wall, you can change it to map or canvas if you need to. When you get into your Padlet, you can make some modifications. You can change the title, you can give it a description, you can put an icon on there if you want to. You've got a unique address for it. Take a note of that because that's what you can send to your students. You can change the colour of the wallpaper and the font and a few of those things. And if you scroll down, then you have various things here. One of the things you can do is you can say whether there'll be comments or not for your posts on there, and you can set certain reactions. That can be votes or it can be scores, all that sort of thing. You can set it so that anybody adds anything, it requires an approval from a moderator, and you can filter out swearing and all those sort of things if you feel you need to have to do that. And once you've done all that, you can start posting. This is one that I completed earlier. As you can see, these are set, the comments are set here, and essentially you have the ability to add all sorts of information here. And what you do to add it is you click on the plus in the corner here, and when you do that, then you get this pop up. You can give it a subject, you can write something down here, and from here you can add all sorts of information. This is an upload button, this is a camera button. This takes a picture using your camera, so if you're doing this on the tablet, that might be quite a useful thing to do. There's links here, this is for looking for photos, and there's a more button here, and the more includes things like screen shots, screen recordings. What you do that's entirely up to you. Once you've created your Padlet with all the information, or before as it's being created, and bear in mind this is a dynamic system, you can decide how to share it. You can invite people, you can create it public and say that all visitors can write to it, and this is how you can share it. You can do a link. A good one is you can get a QR code so people can scan it with their mobile phones or tablets. You can embed it in your website. If you're using Google Classroom, you can share it directly on there, and you can also do things like saving as a PDF and things like that. What you do at this stage is entirely up to you, of course, depending on what you want to do. But remember, this is not at the end. You can do this before you've even added anything here. So you could, for instance, say to your students, right, do some research. When you've researched, you find the pages that you need, or you've created some kind of documentation, put it on the Padlet, and then you've got everybody's information all in one place. And you can use that as a kind of storyboard, or you could use it as a way of getting people to vote on what they think is the best response, all those sort of things. It's entirely up to you using your imagination. So there's there are a number of alternatives to Padlet. Some of them are the easiest and the freest ones. You've got Jamboard from Google. That if you have a Google account, that's part of your Google account. And there's a Microsoft Whiteboard. Very similar. If you've got a Microsoft account, you can use that. There will be others out there, but I must admit Padlet is quite a good one. I found it really useful. So some things you could do with Padlet to get yourself used to it is create one for your course or for a particular activity in a course. It's great for research. Let me say that. It's really, really good for researching things. The one that I showed you that I put up, that has all sorts of information about LinkedIn. So I say to my students, go and find out about LinkedIn and add to what I've put there. So that gives them the bedrock, and then they can add to it and they can put their own things onto Padlet. So what I suggest is create one for your course or activity, add some content, and then share it to some colleagues and get them to add some comments and ask them to add some content, so you can all get a chance to try it out and see how you get on. Thank you for watching.